Hey guys, this is Denis Oakley from Denis Oakley Strategy Consulting. This week I am going to be talking you through the Amazon business model, and I'm using the business model canvas developed by Alexander Osterwalder to do this. We have 9 sections of the business model canvas, and I'm having bits happening at either side. Sorry about that. And we have customer segments. So basically, who are Amazon's customers? We have they're very much at the mass market. So people who have got a computer, they want access, they want to buy stuff. A lot of the time, they're time limited. They don't have the time to go down to the shops. They don't want that shopping experience and going to Walmart or Target or Harvey Norman. They don't want to go there. They just want to select the object online, find the best way or find the best product for them, and then they buy, and then it's delivered to the door. So it's a consumer market that is huge. Tens of millions of people are Amazon customers, and generally it excludes people old age, the children, people who are not digitally connected, but a very large percentage of the American and European markets where Amazon is active. I should note here that I'm really only talking about Amazon.com. I'm not talking about the cloud services. I'm not talking about Souk or their other websites in other parts of the world. But a lot where they are running marketplaces in other parts of the world, a lot of the same underlying features are in the business model, localized to particular local conditions, because Amazon in those places has gone out and bought companies rather than making its own company. So what's Amazon's value proposition? Price. Yeah, I started off on Amazon buying Kindle books and ebooks long time ago because they were cheap. Ebooks were a lot cheaper than physical books, and physical books were often heavily discounted and cheaper than anything else anywhere else that I could buy them. So that was absolutely brilliant. The next thing was convenience. Amazon patented the one-click order button, and whether that should have been a patent, I mean, it is really unfair. But it's the only place on the internet where you can one click, press, and everything's going to be dispatched. And Amazon has the patent to that, so it gives huge convenience. Bang! Yeah, press that button. Your package gets delivered in a few hours, the next day, 3 days, depending on your delivery service. That is super convenient. Then there is the selection. When you go into any physical retail store, you go into your local bookstore, it might have 3,000 square foot, 10,000 square foot. There's a limit to the number of books that you can actually have in that space. It might be 5,000, it might be 10,000, it might be 20,000 or 100,000 in a large bookstore. Amazon has millions of books on its shelves. And with the marketplaces going well beyond books, Walmart has a huge number of SKUs in its giant stores. Amazon has orders of magnitude more stock, more products available on its website. So it provides a huge selection, and this allows it to get everything in the long tail. So if you imagine, if I get this right, like that, the most popular books sell a very large number. The bestsellers sell millions of copies. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter, millions of copies of those. But when you get down, there are millions of books that sell 1 or 2 copies a year. And what Amazon is able to do with its online marketplace is to be able to get a very large percentage of all those 1 or 2 book sales. So it has 50 or 70 or 90% of the market share of many low volume book sales, and that amounts to a huge amount of its sales. Then there is the fast fulfillment. Over the years, Amazon has, sorry, just got a bit of background noise there. Amazon has moved from using traditional logistic providers to being very, very innovative in how can it get your purchases to you as quickly as possible. So this is absolutely key to Amazon, and it goes with the price, the speed, and the convenience. It's trying really to, on that quality triangle, it's trying to do both price and speed, and the quality it leaves up to the retailers, but the quality of the experience it hopes to manage to deliver as well. So it's all automated and self-service. If you've ever tried to talk to a real person at Amazon, you'll know how difficult it is. You'll also notice how very, very rarely you ever need to do them. That is one of the key parts of Amazon helping to drive down its costs across the whole basis of oops, let me just do that. No, this has gone horribly wrong. There we go. This is the right size now. So the channels, Amazon, the websites, it has got such a dominant position now that everybody knows the Amazon website. People go to it, but it also has a very large number of affiliates who send traffic to the Amazon website, and for 3, 5, 7, 10%, they will get a cut of all the book sales that, or all the product sales that are made on Amazon, and this brings more consumers onto the Amazon site. The revenue, you've got the commissions and the transaction fees of the products that people are selling on the Amazon marketplace. So this is when I go onto Amazon and I'm selling my little range of knickknacks. It's when Harvey Norman goes on. No, actually, I don't think they do. But when somebody goes on and is selling high-price electronics or ski equipment, Amazon's making commissions and transaction fees off them. It also, when it's buying stuff and selling it in its own right, and Amazon is notorious on this. So if you've got a great new product, you go in there and you're absolutely acing it, Amazon is able to analyze exactly what you're doing, who your customers are, why you're successful, and often they will then go out, use their purchasing power to, if you're in Taos, to get better deals, and then take that part of the market away from you and give up those commissions and transactions and fees and make bigger margin there. So this is something to be very worried about if you make a big living on Amazon. And of course, there is the Prime, which is very much working on customer retention. They give you cheap, fast shipping, free a lot of the time in return for a monthly or an annual subscription. But this keeps you using Amazon more frequently. It makes it easier for you to have it, Amazon, as a habit. So how does Amazon deliver all this? So now we're going to look at the left-hand side of the business model canvas, which is called the infrastructure. So this side is customer facing, this side is the infrastructure, and Amazon is a very infrastructure driven company. It has basically got two very important parts. It has got the platform, which is the part that you interface with. This is where you buy everything. This is where the sellers list their products, and it has got the warehouses and automation. This is where the sellers go and put their products into fulfilled by Amazon into the warehouses. So these two take up vast amounts of money, and is one of the reasons why Jeff Bezos has been just not paying any dividends, not been making any money, because every cent that Amazon makes just goes back into this physical hardware or the for the warehouses or the IT system. So the key resources are the human software engineers, and also the automation engineers are making the workhouses work really well. The people who actually work in the warehouses are basically human type robots. They're monitored, tracked, told exactly where to go, how to go, and they are timed all the way through. I expect that they are going to be replaced by robots as Amazon is able to do that. And this is very much a part of the core culture of Amazon, that they keep costs to a very, very low rate. If you read some of the stories about the Amazon culture, there is constant pressure to perform. It has been said to be a very, very ugly, toxic work environment, because people do not care about making it a good place to work. They care about making it a wonderful, highly productive, very cost-focused place. It's all about performance, metrics, and measurements. That is Amazon. So the key activities to make Amazon happen are the merchandising, which is basically making sure that people are buying the goods. One of the key aspects of this is the Amazon rating system. People like you have also bought this. You've seen it on the books. You see it with the other products. The bundling. People who looked at this have also bought this, and then give you a discount when you buy both products together. And of course, the platform design and optimization, continually optimizing it to make it more competent, more able to sell everything. And this is what the famous book, the biography about Jeff Bezos, Amazon, the everything store. The goal is to sell everything. It started off as books. It moved into electronics, music, pretty much every physical product that could be held in a warehouse. Now increasingly Amazon is looking into pharmacies, selling medicines. It has a pharmacy license in many US states, and also with its acquisition of grocery stores in the US, so it can be using the logistics and delivery service to be delivering groceries to your home and sell you everything. So how does it do it? It has the logistics partners. Increasingly, in many cases, these are being provided by third parties or being brought in-house. Amazon's famous for thinking about how can it use drones as part of that, and that ties back to the Amazon culture and its cost-driven infrastructure, because if you can take a human with all its foibles, you take the human out of the question, you get rid of the human, but you also get rid of the HR, you get rid of a lot of the organizational structure. It makes it simpler. And frankly, robots are easier to automate and A/B test than people are, despite Amazon's best efforts. You have a huge crowd of affiliates. I'm one. If you click on a book link on my website, you end up going to Amazon. The authors and publishers and the sellers, everybody who is listing on Amazon, everybody who's putting their products into Amazon warehouses. So the cost structure, how does it work? It's cost driven. Everything is designed to reduce the cost of products and services to the lowest possible level. And then you've got the IT and the fulfillment infrastructure. This is designed to be built at scale. So if you go back to 2001, Net Grocer or something like that, they built great fulfillment centers, but never had the customers to actually get the scale there. And then you got the dot-com boom, and they got all these $500 million fulfillment centers that were just written off, barely ever being used. Amazon went the other way. It built the platform, it got the customers, and then slowly and surely it's brought everything inside. So it's far more effective for you as a seller now to be keeping your goods and stock in an Amazon warehouse. Otherwise, it's a lot more hassle, and Amazon, I'm sure, subtly penalizes you in little ways because you're not fitting into the way that it works, and that makes it more effective and customers less happy with the service that you deliver. And this gives Amazon economies of scale. We've already spoken about the long tail benefits. Couple of final closing thoughts. You've also got AWS, Amazon Web Services. This was brought in because originally a great deal of Amazon sales happened in the week or so before Thanksgiving and a few weeks before Christmas. We're giving it absolutely massive seasonality to deliver this seasonality where you've got a huge peak in sales. You needed a huge capacity of network resources to be able to keep the website up and running and delivering at that time. The rest of the year, it was wasted. So AWS began as a way of selling off this excess capacity. I think I probably covered most of it. I think the only thing that I missed on this, maybe I should have put the sellers here, but it's lesser, in many ways, it's less of a marketplace because the way that Amazon is doing it is getting as much as possible the way it wants, in the structure it wants, in the form it wants. So when you post on Amazon, you've got very, very little control. So in the same way that the supermarket has suppliers and consumers, it's not a real marketplace, even though it's called a supermarket on Amazon. In order to be ranked by Amazon's ranking system, so you appear in customer search results, you have to do this SEO in a particular way. The images have to be in a particular way. You have to have your goods in the Amazon warehouses. This really restrains choice, and so in many ways it's much more similar to a traditional supermarket rather than the marketplaces on, say, other websites like Etsy or Lazada. I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Amazon business model using the business model canvas. A little bit about me. I design business models for startups. I help mid-sized corporates reimagine their business models so that they can compete with technological change and become much, much better, grow their businesses. If you'd like either of those services, give me a call. But for now, thanks for watching. Enjoy, and go out and tell all your friends about how cool the business model canvas is and the awesome stuff that you can do with it.